Hey you, welcome back to another exciting episode of the Puppet-a-loo Mystery Detectives. I'm your trusty guide, Detective Morgan. And today, we've got a new mystery brewing in the heart of town. Something strange has been happening at the old clock tower. People say they've been hearing it chime at midnight. But here's the thing. The clock tower hasn't worked in years. What's causing the mysterious midnight chimes? Well, we're about to find out. Listen closely because we'll need to discover 3 clues. As we discover each clue, we'll hear this sound. And by the end, we should have enough clues to figure it out together. Are you ready? Let's get started. I've just arrived at the base of the clock tower. Let's go inside to look around to see if we can start finding clues. Here we are at the town's historic clock tower. It's tall, old, and hasn't chimed in years until now. People say they've been hearing it ring at midnight, even though the clock tower hasn't worked in ages. Could it be haunted? Or is something else going on? Let's talk to Mr. Thompson, the town caretaker, who heard the chimes just last night.
Detective Morgan, I've been looking after this clock tower for decades, and I know for a fact it hasn't worked in years, but last night, just after midnight, I heard the strangest thing. The clock tower started chiming, loud and clear. I checked the gears, but they're still rusted and stuck, so I can't explain how it happened.
A clock that chimes on its own, even with broken gears. That's our first clue. Mysterious midnight chimes from a broken clock. What can make the clock ring if it's not working? All right, detective, what do you think? What could be making the old clock chime? Hold on to your ideas because we've got more clues to uncover. Let's see what else we can find. Come on. Look at this. There's a fresh set of fingerprints on the rusty clock gears, like someone's been trying to fix them. These fingerprints are tiny and much smaller than an adult's. That's our second clue. Tiny fingerprints on the clock tower. Could someone small have been inside the tower?
Detective Morgan, I couldn't help but hearing you found some fingerprints on the gears.
Exactly, Mr. Thompson.
Yep, I saw them too. That's strange. Did you know about the ghost of the clock tower?
Ghost of the clock tower? Tell us more.
Oh, okay. The legend goes, during the flu outbreak of 1918, a temporary hospital was set up in the town square around the clock tower. The story goes that the ghost of one of the patients still lives in the clock tower.
Really?
Yeah, I try to avoid being around here at night. It gives me the heebie-jeebies.
Thanks for the info, Mr. Thompson.
No worries. Now, if you don't mind, I'll find my way out to someplace a little less creepy.
The ghost of the clock tower, huh? Could be. Do you believe in ghosts, detective? Let's keep that in the maybe category for now until we get that third clue before we jump to conclusions. Let's look around some more. Aha! Look at this. Right outside the clock tower, there's a trail of feathers. Not just any feathers. They're shiny and black, almost like they're reflecting the moonlight. Could a bird be involved? That's our third clue. Shiny black feathers at the bottom of the clock tower. All right, detective, let's put it all together. We have 3 strange clues. 1, a mysterious midnight chimes from a clock that shouldn't be working. 2, we have tiny marks or fingerprints on the gears inside the clock tower. And 3, we have a trail of shiny black feathers outside the tower. What could be going on here? It's time to make our guesses, detective. Who or what is causing the midnight chimes at the clock tower? Here are your choices. Is it a group of mischievous ravens sneaking inside the tower and tapping the gears to make the clock chime? Or is it the ghost of the clock tower returning at night to make sure the clock still works? Or is it a young clockmaker's apprentice secretly trying to fix the clock after dark? Think carefully. Let's review the clues one last time. We have mysterious chimes from a broken clock. Could it be the work of a person or something else? We have tiny marks or fingerprints on the gears. Who could have small enough hands to leave those marks? Do ghosts leave fingerprints? And finally, shiny black feathers. Could they belong to birds or something more mysterious? What's your guess, detective? All right, it's time to reveal the answer. The mysterious culprit behind the midnight chimes was a group of mischievous ravens. These clever birds have been sneaking into the tower and pecking the old gears, causing the clock to chime at night. The tiny fingerprints we found? Those weren't fingerprints. It just looked like fingerprints. They actually were marks left by the ravens' beaks as they tried to turn the gears. And the shiny black feathers, well, they belong to the ravens, of course.
Ravens? I should have known. Those birds are always hanging around the tower. I guess they've taken a liking to the old clock and decided to make some noise. I'll have to make sure the top shutters are closed at night, but I'll check on that first thing in the morning.
I'm not sure the ravens will be too happy about that, but it sounds like a good idea. And it seems like it's another case closed.
Thank you, Detective. Enjoy the rest of your night.
Have a nice night, Mr. Thompson. Bye, ravens. Great work, detective. You helped solve the case of the midnight chimes. It wasn't ghosts or a secret apprentice, just some curious ravens having a bit of fun with the clock tower's gears. Don't worry, there's always another mystery waiting for us.
Morgan.
Yes, Chief.
Great work you and the newbie did at the clock tower. Everyone else here was too afraid of the ghost to take that one.
Oh, thanks, Chief.
Another case just came up. Something about the harbor and the old lighthouse. Are you up for it?
The lighthouse? Sure thing, we'll take a look.
Perfect. You two are my go-to team for the toughest assignments. Good job.
Well, partner, it looks like another case just landed on my desk. Let's see here. Oh, that's strange indeed. It says here that the light started flickering at the abandoned lighthouse. Could it be haunted too? Interesting. Let's save that for another time. Until then, partner, keep that detective hat on and your magnifying glass ready. You never know when the next mystery will strike. See you on the next episode of the Puppet-a-loo Mystery Detectives Podcast.